We'll take a look at the checkout procedures using generic inventory items. First, we need to select a customer. And you can use any customer that's in the database, add a new one, but in this case we'll be using 4 different generic customers that we set up with different characteristics. All of them have the last name of customer. So if you enter that and click on Find or press Enter, then you'll get the listing as shown here. The normal way to start a checkout procedure is to select the account by clicking on its name, which takes us to the account screen, which is familiar to most of you who have used the system before. And then from the Purchases menu we go to Sales, which takes us to this screen. Now we're looking specifically for items that have generic in their item code. If I type that into the item code field and press Enter, you'll see I'm getting a list of all of them. And you'll notice that each code has the artist consignor code, which is 6 letters, and then the word generic after it. Obviously we don't want all of them. So to retrieve just one code, I type in the consignor code and the letter G. That's all the system needs to know to go out and find the generic code for Dave Clawson. D-A-V-C-L-A, and then the letter G is important. If you don't put the letter G in, you'll still get results, but you're going to get more than you want. Here you see it's selected another inventory item that has that consignor code. So we'll get rid of that. Now, in the usual checkout procedure, we select what we want here and then click on the card icon. That's going to take us back to the main account screen. And here our cart tab is active. We put in the price. We click on the Set Custom Price. You'll notice that the register tape is updated. Sales tax is computed. And now we can go ahead and check out. You can scan the credit card. And I'm going to quickly enter a testing credit card number here. All you need to do is select a valid date for expiration and put in any 3-digit security code. And one thing I didn't do was to put in the item code in the notes field for the generic item. I'll go back and do that now. And then I'll click on Confirm, and that takes us to our confirmation screen. This is just an opportunity for you to see what you've got in the cart and to verify that everything is correct. And then when you click on Submit, the credit card is processed. And we go to the receipt. Notice that the artist item code that we entered in the notes field shows up on the receipt. And from here you go down and click on Full Receipt. You can set the number of copies that you want. Go ahead and click OK, and it should go out to your printer. We click on Continue to go back into the system from the receipt screen and process another purchase. Now this time we're going to use a new screen that has been built that combines the account screen and the sales lookup screen, and you access it by clicking on the blue checkout button. It will look very much like the screen that you're used to looking at. It's just abbreviated and combined. It's got information about the purchaser. It does not have all the tabs down in this area, but it will display the cart down there as usual. And up in the upper right-hand corner, instead of having the household member list, it's got our lookup dialog for the item code. Now here you need to know what the item code is. There's no special lookup. So I'm going to go back in and select Dave Clawson's item, and here notice again that I've put the G in the end. I put it in uppercase, but you don't need to do that. And it has selected the Dave Clawson item. And you'll also notice that as I'm doing this, because it's only finding one item, that it's automatically checking that checkbox to select it. Now what if you put in something that you don't want at this point? Go and uncheck the item that you want to eliminate and click on the Review button, and it will take it out. And let's say that we've got 3 items for Dave Clawson. I'm simply going to go in here and change the quantity. And now I'm ready to check on my cart button. And as you go through the shopping cart, you'll see that there are 3 items in there for Dave Clawson. And now we just set the price. Now in this case we chose a generic customer that has a membership attribute. So the system has automatically put in the 10% discount that members get. And as soon as I click on set price, you'll notice that the register tape is updated with the price. The discount is calculated, and that's also shown on the register tape and in the card item. And as I update prices and put in the artist's actual code number in the notes section, what I'm doing is actually pressing the tab button, because that updates that note. And you'll notice that in the title bar for the items, then the price and the code that you've inputted in the notes section shows up. And I'm clicking on the title bar for that panel to close it up as I go through, just to get them out of the way. You can always go back in and open them up again if you need to look at the details. But this hopefully will keep the screen from getting too cluttered as you're going down through the list entering your prices. And as each item is updated with its price, the register tape is updated. I need to go out and get my testing credit card number. In the test system, you can actually use live credit card numbers, but for security reasons, I'm not going to scan anything here. Put in a valid expiration date and any 3-digit code. Again, we're back at our confirmation screen. Take a quick look, make sure I've got everything the way I want it. If I've made a mistake, I can always click on Return to Cart and go back and fix it. And if it's a credit card transaction, when you click on Submit, then it will go out and authorize the card. And you're back at your receipt. And again, you'll notice that each artist's inventory code that you typed in the notes field shows up on the receipt. And sales tax is shown separately. And again, from here you would go and click your receipt by clicking on Full Receipt. I've clicked the Continue button, and we're back now at the lookup screen. Now, if you haven't done any other searches, then all the names that you had there before will still be there. So it should be a simple matter of just going back in if you're going to continue to use generic customers and select the one you want. Here I've chosen one that's set up as a volunteer so that it gets the volunteer discount. And I clicked on the Edit screen. Now, just to show you that even from the combined checkout screen, you can still get to the full account screen. And now we're back in the full account screen. But if I need to get back to the checkout screen, you'll notice that whenever you have a customer actually selected, and it shows in the upper left of the blue title bar, that under the Purchases menu, there will be a new selection for checkout.